AITA for not wanting to give up my office so my daughter can have her own room. I, 49 meters, am the breadwinner of my family. My job requires me to be available at all hours of the day in case of an emergency. My wife, 47F, has been a stay-at-home mom since our oldest B, 16F, was born. We have 3 kids: B, 16F, P, 15F, and C, 14 meters. B and P share a bedroom and have since C was born. When my wife and I bought our house, it had an upstairs master and a first floor master, which we converted into my office. B's birthday was Friday, and she's been asking for her bedroom. B has been begging that we convert the office into her own room so she doesn't have to share a room with her sister and a bathroom with her siblings. My wife has been trying to convince me by saying we can move my desk to our bedroom since I barely use it. I've been telling her I need the office in case of an emergency and I want to keep my work separate from the spaces I relax in. B got very upset by this and said I'm denying her privacy and space of her own. I pointed out she does have her own space on her side of the bedroom. I also pointed out that she will be sharing a dorm with someone when she goes to college, so she will have lots of practice. B got very upset by this and said some classic teenager things like I'm ruining her life and she hates me. B also said it's unfair C has his own room. I asked B if she'd like to share a room with C instead and she said no. My wife thinks I'm being selfish and that B and P are growing up and deserve to have their own spaces. My wife keeps telling me I'm being unfair and acting like an ass. I pointed out she doesn't have a job and doesn't know how important it is I have an office space. I don't think I'm being an ass, but my wife and daughters insist I am. My mother agrees with me I need my own space to work. AITA? Clarifications. My office was converted to a first floor master by the previous owners of the house. It was originally a dining room. The room is a similar size to B and P's current bedroom but a little smaller due to the bathroom. My daughters have a blackout curtain that covers their beds, desks that my wife made when the girls hit middle school. I use the office around 20-30 hours a month. I handle legal documents that need to be kept behind a locked door. We don't have a basement, we have an attic, but the only way to access it is through a drop-down ladder in the hallway. Yes, I did ask my mother for her outlook on this situation. My mom doesn't have any input on my relationship or life, but I do occasionally ask her for advice or her opinion on matters. My wife asks her mom for advice all the time and I have no problem with that. Info. So you have one master bedroom as your wife's bedroom, and the other master bedroom is your office? While 2 girls share one bedroom, and your son has his own room? If that's the case, is there a way that you could make your office, the other master bedroom, into 2 bedrooms, and take the smallest bedroom as your home office? Is there a basement, other space of the house where you could have your home office? Also, YTA for brining your mother into this and saying, well, my wife thinks it's unfair but my mommy is taking my side so it's okay. Quote. I think YTA here. For a few reasons. Firstly, keeping an entire room you rarely use just on the off chance you need to take a call is a genuine waste of space. If you needed to use the office all the time during work hours, it would be a different story, but that's not the case. Secondly, on that note, not wanting to have a desk you rarely use in your room. On the off chance you need to have some privacy during a work emergency, because you want to keep your workspace separate. That's a bit rich when you're asking your 2 teenage, almost adult, daughters to share their space 100% of the time. It's a huge double standard. Thirdly, I assume that your 2 youngest aren't sharing because they're different genders. It's pretty standard for the oldest to get first dibs on a room of their own. So if you can get past the weird gender segregation, maybe P and C could share for a while. It's a raw deal for P. But if C has never shared, he'll be totally unprepared for college according to your logic. Anyway, B has had ample practice. Edit. Please note last point is largely sarcastic. None of them should be sharing a room. If there's space available, it's inappropriate for any two teenagers to be sharing, regardless of gender. And I don't think even Op buys his BS comment about sharing being good practice for sharing a dorm. In college, my mother agrees with me. I need my own space to work. Honestly, I feel like YTA just for being an almost 50-year-old man and involving your mommy in this. But really, you barely use the space. Your daughter would use it every day. This is a no-brainer. YTA. YTA. Of course your mommy agrees, face with rolling eyes. Someone helped make you selfish. Is this second master bedroom bigger than the one they share? Just curious. I just want to know if this extra master with its own bathroom that you barely use is bigger. Quote. Since I barely use it. YTA. It's reasonable for teens to want their own private space. Reserving a big chunk of valuable space in your house for an office you need only for emergencies is selfish. YTA. 2,030 hours a month is 57 hours a week. You're not only denying your oldest kids some privacy, you're using poor excuses to go along with it. I pointed out she doesn't have a job and doesn't know how important it is I have an office space. Quote. Oh, get a grip. I work from home 23 days a week doing engineering support on a computer desk in the breakfast nook. I'm also on call for half of all evenings and weekends. Splitting with another engineer, you can keep your precious files locked up in a closet and a working desk elsewhere. I want to keep my work separate from the spaces I relax in.
Man has an excuse for everything.
YTA. I'm the breadwinner and my mommy said I'm right. You sound like an egotistical 5-year-old. Grow up and give the kid her own bedroom. Barely use it. Really, you need other people's opinion here? Well, I mean, you pulled your mother into it, so I guess obviously you're being incredibly self-centered about something you barely use. Stick the desk in your bedroom and try not to run to mommy next time. YTA. You personally admitted to barely using the space and had the nerve to tell your wife to essentially mind her business since she doesn't work. For dismissing her work as a SOM. But you're wondering if you're an ass for refusing to give your 16-year-old daughter her own bedroom? Yes. The answer is yes. You're a selfish asshole. Your daughter is a child growing up in a house in which she shares a room with her sister, and her youngest sibling has his own room. In what world is that fair to you? YTA. Info. How often is your office actually getting used? YTA. I would have been with you if you were actually using your office all day every day, but it's in case of emergency, and you barely use it. Come on. You can work from your bedroom on those occasions. Dude, let your teen girls have privacy for a few years in their own rooms. They're almost college age anyway, and when one moves out, you can have your office back. I work from home and my office is the corner of my bedroom. Wife and I don't need to be in it 24 hours a day, but I do need privacy for work reasons fairly regularly. There is no other room in my house I can use, and I need somewhere to handle confidential work calls. Keep work information safe and secure, and yes, have a bit of quiet time from time to time. At the moment, my girls share a room, but if we were able to move into a house with one more room than we have now, they'd still have to share. It's not an ideal situation by any stretch, but it is the situation we are in. I struggle at times to be able to do what I need to do in my own bedroom. No chance I could do it if I had to move my desk into, say, the living room. It would be great if OP's girls could have their own room. Same as my girls. But if that negatively impacts his business, that would then greatly impact the family as a whole, as he is the sole breadwinner. NTA. But should look into moving into a more suitable home if possible. Which I acknowledge might not be, since I barely use it. YTA. My wife thinks I'm being selfish. She's correct. Info. How often does these emergencies occur, and why in these cases do you specifically need an office? As in a separate room? Then? NTA. Having your own office when you work from home, even 10 hours a week, is important. Emo. That separation and designated space makes a big difference in your quality of work and mental health. I wouldn't give up my office. And I think it's really out of touch and unfair for your wife to make the comments she did when she doesn't know the importance of a home office. YTA. An office you don't use much? Also, why is your office in the other master? If the two girls have to share a bedroom, why can't they share the larger master with their own bathroom? Do you need your own bathroom when you're working from home? Is there no other smaller space in your house for privacy other than the second master? You're prioritizing your own comfort over that of your children, and it's appalling that it's for a space that you barely use. NTA. It's incredible how little regard people have for fathers. The office makes money. It can't go. Period. Kids having their own room is not normal in most of the world. Sharing is the norm. 49M. My mother agrees with me. YTA. YTA. And by the way, your wife does have a job. She's raising 3 teenagers. YTA. You reserved a master bedroom for an office space you rarely use? Stunning. Find a smaller space for your office. A detached shed. A sheltered corner of the living room. I believe in your ability to be imaginative here. And let your kids have rooms where they can read and dress and grow and dream in private.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.